It's a truly inspiring, I suppose, morning and afternoon to have been here today, and it's wonderful to follow up from all of the work that Jack has been involved in the Tullamore Rugby Club. I think he sells himself incredibly short when he says that it's small steps. It's huge amount of work that they've done. I've had the privilege of meeting Jack and the team there in the rugby club and seeing all of the fantastic work that they've been doing over the last number of years and their plan to develop the facility going forward. And of course, what I see when I hear Jack is we have so many Jacks all across our county, all across the region, all across the country that are doing what they sometimes feel to be small projects, but they're hugely impactful, hugely inspiring works that help to create a resilience within our communities from the context of climate action. And that's very much, I suppose, the path that we see Tullamore through the DZ zone and the support through the local authority. And it's just to acknowledge, I suppose, and thank Offaly County Council for the opportunity for us to speak here today. A particular thanks to the climate action team. That's Mark, John, Aisling and indeed Sinead as well. They've been a huge support to us within the Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland as we look to develop and grow the Sustainable Energy Communities programme across this county, but of course all of the counties across the country that we work with. So I suppose in terms of the Sustainable Energy Communities programme, so of course SEAI have many supports that we've heard about here throughout the afternoon, whether it be small businesses, whether it be homeowners, but of course I'm here from the context of community supports. So the SEAI have the Sustainable Energy Communities programme, which we just celebrated our 10-year anniversary this year. And we have seen it grow and grow and grow over that period. And again, grow because of the work that community groups have done. And Aisling, I think she was right to mention that I'm just a voice for those community organisations. It's not me that's doing the work or my colleagues. We're just reverberating the message that they're achieving every single day of the week within their communities. But essentially, a sustainable energy community is aiming to be energy efficient. It is aiming to use renewable energy where possible and to consider smart energy solutions, but all at a grassroots level. It's very much driven from local communities, giving them the opportunity to feed into the broader movement of local climate action within their areas. And that's why it's so important and why we are so grateful to be given the opportunity to present here as part of Tullamore's DZ Day and the launch of their DZ and all of the work that will happen over the next number of years ahead as this plan develops and is implemented into action as well. This particular slide here is at a national level. So where are we in terms of the sustainable energy community? And this shows the success that we've really had that's been driven by the communities. Across Ireland at the moment, we have over 1,000 communities registered on this network. Our ambition is to have as many sustainable energy communities as we do GAA clubs. That's around 1,500 GAA clubs, if I'm kind of accurate enough with that kind of summation. We're getting very, very close to that. We're possibly on about 1,100 sustainable energy communities across the country at the moment. What that means, we have over 50,000 citizens engaged as part of that movement. We have 166, if not more, energy master plans complete by these sustainable energy community groups. And we have a further 90 sustainable energy community energy master plans currently happening at the moment. And that's very much the plan for Tullamore at the moment. So over the last year, we have developed what we believe to be now a robust committee that we see driving the Sustainable Energy Community Initiative within the town. That committee is made up of representatives from local business, from clubs. We have Jack involved from the rugby club, but also Tidy Towns and the local authority as well as the SEAI. It's really important there is that we have that kind of partnership approach in terms of developing a robust, structured, sustainable energy community committee within what can sometimes be complex communities. Urban settings can be much more complex than our rural communities in terms of trying to get that broader buy-in from the community to get them to actually drive the initiatives and the projects that we hope to identify and implement over the number of years. This slide here looks to show to you, I suppose, the pathway that a sustainable energy community will go through their journey. And this is very much the same for Tullamore. The very first in our blue, on the right as I stand at the slide here on your left, we are in the learn stage. That's very much where Tullamore are kind of at the moment, transitioning from the learn into the plan stage. And that's about developing that robust committee. Like was mentioned, having 3 or 4 really strong and engaged people within the community on that committee so that they can be influential across the town. And from there, then we've developed our charter, our community charter, the vision statement for Tullamore, what they're looking to achieve over the next number of years. And keep an eye out. We hope to have that made public and on display across the town for everybody to see. Okay, because that's your vision statement as well. That's everybody. That's a resident, a business member, a community, a club user, anything within the town. That's a vision statement that represents you as well. And of course, over the last year and even before, we've had a number of engagement events with the community. We've had workshops with the Chamber of Commerce. We last year, in partnership with Offaly County Council and LOETB, we had the NZEB retrofit rig that was out in the Bridge Centre car park at the time. You know, all of these initiatives define the learn stage for a sustainable energy community, really trying to build that knowledge base and also build that capacity within the community. Of course, a really exciting time for the SEC is right now, where we apply for our Energy Master Plan, and we're currently in that process. And what that Energy Master Plan for Tullamore is going to achieve is, it's going to, first of all, build an understanding of, as a community, how much energy are we consuming? What's our carbon emissions like for our community? And from that baseline, developing a strategic roadmap for the various different subsectors that make up and define a community. That's going to be houses. That's going to be the private housing stock. That's going to be our businesses, our SMEs. That's going to be our community organisations and our clubs. Okay, our public sector are a key player in that as well. Okay, and what's unique about Tullamore and their sustainable energy community is that partnership with the local authority, where we hope we can really build a robust and implementable energy master plan because of the relationship that we have with the local authority as well as the community. And from that, then we want to develop a register of opportunities, these real implementable projects that our communities can actually achieve through tangible funding streams that are not going to, cripple our organizations and our communities through red tape. That's really what we want to achieve then, is progress as a result of that. And that allows us then to transition into the do stage of the program. Absolutely the most challenging stage of the SEC program, but it's become a lot more doable over the last number of years as a result of the partnerships that we've developed, whether it be through semi-state or state organizations, through community benefit funds from the solar and wind farms that were referenced earlier on in the day, as well as the Community Climate Action Fund administered through the local authority. One of the biggest challenges for us within the SEAI has been the delivery of these complex energy efficiency, renewable energy projects. But funds and partnerships like that have made those projects become a lot more realistic for our community groups and our community organisations. And before I finish up, I just wanted to, I suppose, inspire the group, okay? Not just have a load of talk and waffle and say this is the plan, but to actually show you real tangible projects that have been complete across this region. The first we have is the Five Valley Sustainable Energy Community. These are the types of projects that we hope to see happen within Tullamore over the next number of years. This was the Solar Mehel, a partnership between the local community, between Tullamore through the local wind farm, and the SEAI, where we were able to match fund with SEAI's grant funding from the Tullamore Community Benefit Fund, funding for up to 58 homes to have solar PV installed in their houses. That was groundbreaking. I mean, we've had solar mehels, different types of mehels across this country, but never to the number of 58 homes in one single process. And that's really, really inspiring to see that that's happening in our next community next door to us. And that's us taking advantage of the transition that's occurred within our own region, our own unique region across the last number of years. Tullamore Sustainable Energy Community recently launched their Energy Master Plan, again recipients of the funding available through the local authority, through the Community Climate Action Fund, as well as through the Cloncree Wind Farm, where they were able to install LED floodlights for pitch, solar PV panels on the community centre, and we hope again to tap into that community benefit fund to look at the private residential housing as well, because we know the challenges a lot of these rural communities, which is falling into our urban communities here in Tullamore as well, in terms of trying to heat these homes, trying to make them less carbon intensive and more environmentally friendly. And I finally lead on to the Kilcormac Development Association, SEC, who are the recipients of Just Transition funding, building a renewable energy centre of excellence, providing training and capacity building supports for individuals who may want to get involved in this space, whether it be heat pump installations or solar PV panels or insulation works in our homes. And again, the really important factor in the success of these projects is the partnerships. We have the LOETB, we have SEAI, we have TUAS, and we have the local school as well, and that's so important, as I said. And then, of course, the feasibility assessment under mill wheel refurbishment for hydropower. Again, utilising the resources that are already there, that have been used years and years ago, that we maybe just let fall away, bringing that back to life for the benefit of the community. And with that, thank you for your time.